I'll read back a little further here. Okay. Anyway, if I were smarter, I have a feeling the real Karen could have easily been my wife. But I was a nerd and slow when it came to learning of human behavior. As a result, my possible Asperger's syndrome has set me alone in the world. I may not have a beautiful, sexy wife like the real Karen turned out to be, but God has given me other things to make my life seem purposeful. Perhaps I will present them in further books to be published in ebook form. The real Karen now only exists in fantasy for me, which again helped make the story. I really don't mind. God has given me a fertile imagination, for one thing, along with a belief that my fellow human beings will be my future family members. Anyway, the Bible has Paul telling Peter to take a little wine for his stomach's sake. Jesus turns water into wine. Jesus turns water into wine. And there is a scripture in Psalms about wine making the soul happy. It goes something like that. To me, pornography, even possibly child porn, is a lot like wine. It can make you feel good. Seeing a beautiful girl playing with herself, even make you wish for spiritual and godly things. I usually don't look at porn, and zero child porn, but when I do look at it and find the girl adorable, like say a Jennifer Love Hewitt or Emma Watson or Jessica Alba or even Rihanna or KK, I feel good because even though there is that sexual response to such beauty, it makes me think of God for creating such fine-looking human beings, and I become hopeful. Seeing a pretty girl walking down the street, happy, enjoying her youth and beauty, to me, is very life-affirming, which I can't see happening under Islam's Sharia system. Anyway, to know that there is a God who created such human beauty, I feel, can give one hope in an afterlife. Or it can be like wine, creating a drunk driving incident, and with porn, a possible rape. If wine created a drunk driving tragedy, is it the fault of the one who created the wine? To me, this story is like a fine wine aged to perfection, and due to it being an ebook, a work in progress, where people can leave comments for what they thought of it, Well, it seems to me that it can only get better the longer I live, the longer I may live. Really, I see myself as some kind of vintner with this story's creation. Instead of 12-year-old Scotch, it's nearly a 20-year-old love story that became aged in my mind. I just hope and pray that the emotions it evokes, and it evoked them in me as I was writing it. Well, I just hope and pray that something positive comes about from it. If you have read most of this introduction, you now know what that is. Hopefully, it will remind people of the miracle and wonder that we are, as human beings. Hopefully it will remind people of the miracle and wonder that we, as human beings, are, no matter what age we are, no matter what age we may be, that we are more than just a penis or a vagina. Will it be like wine helping Timothy for his stomach's sake? Or will it be wine that causes a drunk driving tragedy? Like a rape. God forbid if it's the latter. Again, it was the fear of the latter that kept this story hidden for so many years. I am only releasing it now in the hopes it will bring attention to my anti-Islam books. Truly, that's the only reason for its release. Karan, a love story that cannot be filmed, is, again, a story based on a true incident. However, unlike the story, no nudity resulted. Still, the sexual feelings expressed by the girl I knew who inspired this are depicted in this story, and it becomes a what-if situation. For one thing, what if there were no parents around like they were in the real story? What if instead of 20, I was 16 like Will Westfield? What if instead of being an average in appearance, I was above average like Will Westfield? What if the real Karan was as brilliant and manipulative as this Karan depicted in the story? What if the boy and girl knew each other very well, starting with the beginning of her infancy, and they played together, enjoyed each other's company through the years to the point where they were very comfortable with each other? Would the wonder result as the story reveals? Anyway, I wanted to write a love story, but I wanted to take it further by going beyond the mere vanity of typical love stories. Take it further than a penis and vagina show. What better way to write a love story where the boy really truly loves the girl, has strong sexual feelings for her, but due to being a strong-based, faith-based Christian, really wants to do the right thing for a change by protecting the girl's childhood innocence and obey the Bible by fleeing fornication. Conflict develops when the abnormal brilliance of the girl has removed that childhood innocence, like the girl I knew, and she wants to make her childhood friend her lover. Such sexual tension, I feel, makes for great erotica. Take it beyond penis and vagina. Takes it beyond penis and vagina, the clinical, to something magical and spiritual. It makes it all the more alive. And you know something? I think I've got to quit here. No, I can keep on going. Good, thank God. Alright. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that the reason why God has premarital sex as such a big no-no for the Christian, going so far as having a girl described in Ezekiel being punished for her seeming to like guys who are built like donkeys and have emissions like horses, is so non-Christians will enjoy sex even more. That it becomes forbidden fruit. If that truly is the case, well, hey, enjoy this forbidden fruit I might have created if you don't believe God is behind creativity. I've got to write that in here because I missed the God part here. Believe. Yeah. This still needs work. It does. It needs work. Okay, I'm almost done. Almost done here. Okay. About the book cover. I found a magically beautiful little girl on the internet who is actually not a little girl. What's so special about her is that although she looks like she's 9 or even younger, she's actually in her 20s. And in this picture, she's in, I'm going to show the book cover, she's actually in her late 20s. I kid you not. It's been a while since I saw her last. Maybe her youth is actually finally beginning to fade. Who knows? I'm not going to give you her name because I like to keep some mystery. And for one thing, I want to protect her privacy just in case this whole thing blows up in my face in a ridiculous way, which it probably will. I thought about flattering her by letting her know that I was thinking of using her angelic face for a picture cover, letting her know that she looks so much like the girl who inspired the story. But again, what if things go wrong? I see more of a chance I see more of a chance that it will go wrong than it will go right. Well, I want to keep this totally I want to keep her totally innocent of this, which is why I'll be publishing this book first in a language other than English. I don't want to bother her. If this ever brings mass attention, and it does in a way that is positive, then I might bring her attention to it. But to me, now is not the time. As Captain Nemo says at the end of the Jules Verne tale to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea of the Disney version, in God's good time. Since the girl on the cover looks 9 and even younger, when she's really about 27, I thought she'd be good symbolism for Karan, who looks 9, yet has the intelligence of a smart and not so innocent adult, like the real Karan nearly was. And you know, I think that's the end of my introduction. But you know, I need to rewrite it because that introduction, I saw problems with it.